Okay, you won't believe the coincidence that just happened to me. I can't. It's amazing. I leave this room because it's time for dinner, and I just made a video saying I might do it gauge 25th. That's like code. That's our cipher for August 8th, 2050. That's our cipher. Like it or not, the whole idea of people dying on August 8th in general, and specifically at 2050, because that's when the tradition begins, that whole thing is gauge 25th. And I didn't know. I've experienced a lot of sanism in my life where people mistreat me or treat me differently in a stupid way because I'm mentally ill, or because they expect me to be mentally ill, or they like infer, or they suggest, or whatever. Sanism is just stupid bigotry. And so anyway, I was going because I was just going to waste some time before dinner with Caroline and Mike. And I get to the desk where they're sitting, and I roll up. Now, I walk by kicking my walker around. I have a rollator. I'm going to show it to you just because this is a fun video. Let's see if I can get that done. So I sit on it, and then I kick it around. That's my rollator. So, I'm upside down now for me. I don't know if I am for you. But that's the thing. It is an upside down world. So I'm going to leave it. But if it was right side up, you could hear me say this fact. I'm doing it. That's what's upside down. Unbelievable. And my word is my honor as of now. Like, I have lied before. I really have. But this is an important thing, and it's not a white lie if I tell you I'm going to do it and then I don't do it. It's a major lie, because there are so many feelings bunched up around death, and it's not rational. All of those feelings are just dumb feelings that kludge, K-L-U-G-E. Look it up. I haven't. I will. But it's just all those feelings just built up over time. Like the appendix. The appendix is useless, but it evolved because it was useful at the time. Human anatomy does not make sense, but it was always useful at those crucial moments where one person survived because they had a genetic advantage to all their friends and family members. And it probably will not be my genes, but someone is going to survive because of what I discovered today. I'm going to do it. I really am. And look, I didn't know. I was saying I might. Like, boy, I want to think about this more. But I go out to the desk, and Michael says, we got a form to fill out. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, and then I'm like, wow, you know, that's so ironic that you're asking me right now to fill out that form, because he kind of shows it to me, and it's like the first question is, are you going to commit suicide or something? I'll get a form so that I can show you a copy of it. We'll go through it. But that is one of those conversations that goes down in history if I matter. There's some chance I don't matter. There's some chance gauge 25th happens, I die, and nobody changes anything. And it's like one of those monks that lights himself on fire because of Vietnam. But we keep on fighting in Vietnam. It didn't matter that he killed himself to do that. Like, nobody cared. But I'm just Seinfeldian enough that it might matter. Like, whether the N-word means human or not is nothing. Whether 7 is pronounced sev when it is paired with a 0 is nothing. Those things don't matter. That's Seinfeldian to argue about that. But I have spent my life thinking about nothings, and I've discovered things as a result of that. But I have discovered things that are non-community. Okay, it's just too much upside down for me. I gotta fix it. I'm upside right now. I can't communicate to other people the things I've discovered. And it drives me wild. It makes me really upset. And one of the things that I discovered today that I want to communicate is, oh my goodness, we are sanest towards people that want to die. And oh my goodness, the frustration of that sanism pointed at the legitimately suicidal, whoever they are. And I'm claiming I am. I've had enough frustration in my life that I'm like, yeah, I could die. It's all right. But I'm going to do it whistling and laughing and dancing and singing and expressing it at the top of my lungs. I will die, Gage 25th. Done. Suicide. Planned. Done. So all those questions were on the form. And Mike's like, so have you thought about committing suicide in the last 2 days? I'm like, yeah. And it's yes, 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 yes on the form. And it's like, oh. And then the only no was like, do you have any weapons in your room? And I'm like, well, I really don't. I can get a plastic knife. I'm not going to do it for years, Mike. But I don't say that until we're done with the form. And we're just like having that experience of, oh my God, this is real. And I wasn't having it yet because it wasn't real. It's like on the form, have you thought about plans to commit suicide in the last day? Well, yes, I was thinking about plans. That's what I was thinking about. I would go to a doctor. I would tell him my illness is insufferable. I need to die. I'll do it in a right to die state. And then I'll do it. That's a plan. So the answer to that question is yes. But it's also a red flag, that question. And so, after we're done, I explain myself, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it Gage 25th, Gage because of neo-Nazis and the 8th letter being counted wrongly from the number 1 instead of Zoe, the 8th letter being HH for Heil Hitler, and that's so stupid that we shouldn't censor it, and yet I'm sure we do, and I'm just kind of laying out what Gage Day means. And I tell him, one of the thoughts is if I do it, would it be possible to have a national holiday when we all could vote? A day of voting. They're not going to put that in place. Our system of government doesn't work. So will it not work all the way to 25th? I don't know. But it's already 2020. 30 years is how many presidents? Anyway, who cares? I'm going to do it either way. Because that bigotry, all those assumptions. At one point I was like, can I look at the form for a second? And he's like, no, I can't do that. You got to talk to my manager. And I'm like, I'm not a child. Let me look at the form. It's not a big deal. I'll give it back to you. He's like, no, I can't do that. And I realized just how profoundly crappy sanism is. How it's like, it's a bigotry that really rots us at the core, that really gets to the base of what we are sometimes. Everybody doesn't make sense sometimes. That's crazy. So what are we going to do? Be sanist at them? At everyone all the time for everything controversial? The answer is yes. What a waste of life human behavior 2020 is. But by 25th, we will set the groundwork for human life to no longer be a waste. That's what I can promise with my life. Take care. Oh, more the merrier too.